found human design on a really dark day where I'd had a bunch of smackdowns, and I was really just asking and praying, please show me the way, show me, give me some guidance here. And I went over and I pulled out this coaching book that I had for a program I had went through, and my report fell out. And so I was like, okay, well, I'll go down the rabbit hole. And I went back and I verified my accurate time, and I ordered this book. And so this is about 4 years ago, actually, right at 4 years ago. And since then, I have obsessively studied human design. And so here's some of the things that I learned about myself. I have anywhere you're defined, you have consistent access to that energy. So I have a very consistent way of using my voice, communication, and action. I have a very consistent way of knowing my identity and direction. I am a manifesting generator, and I am here to respond to life. The things that light me up are correct for me. And a lot of times that's my body kind of moving towards something, or it's up, yeah. And because I'm undefined here, I can make decisions in the moment. However, it is really important for me to check in with myself if I happen to be in the aura or the energy of somebody who is colored in or defined here, because there could be a tendency to want to people please. And so it's really important that I kind of get out of other people's aura when I'm trying to make decisions, shake that off, and check in with myself. I have consistent access to survival instincts, survival intelligence. I am here with integration circuitry to empower the collective individuals in my tribe to reach their highest potential. That was one of the things when I opened up the page in the book and I was like, oh, wait, I have that circuitry. What does that mean? And I will put into the comments some of the words out of there, but essentially it was about empowering each individual person by person. I can see how in reflection, that is something that I've done throughout the years. And it's a real big part of what I enjoy doing, is listening to other people and like hearing what their goals are and hearing what's in between the lines, like what aren't they saying? Some of the other ways that it's really helped me is with my parenting. So both of my children are defined emotionally, and they ride emotional waves. And the people that are defined here in the emotional intelligence piece, they're putting out emotional waves. And us that are undefined, we tend to either amplify that wave or we can distort that wave. So it's something that I have to be really conscious of and make sure that I am not distorting their feelings, because emotions on their own are not good or bad. They just are. I had to learn to let them ride their emotions and kind of guide them in those moments, if they're in the highs, or in the lows, like let them have those emotions, which maybe sounds silly, but when you are feeling every emotion and you just want to make it better, and maybe you don't know if it's your emotions or somebody else's. I had an experience last week where I was giving a ride to a dog who was very anxious. And all of a sudden, I felt this wave of anxiety hit me. And I was like, okay, this is not my anxiety. But what it did was it taught me what that feels like when it's a sudden rush of anxiety. Is that really mine, or is it somebody in my environment that is feeling anxious? This is a practice. It doesn't happen overnight. Human design is really about experimenting with your energy, learning what is best for you, learning ways to better manage your energy. How do you make decisions? Our human design chart can help us to make more impactful and empowering decisions for ourselves. It helps with conflict resolution. If we're with people that have opposites, so if they're white here, they may not feel like they know their sense of direction. So I can help with that. I can help feel what they're wanting and help guide them. But they're not here to have a consistent path. Here I learned that I may struggle with my own willpower or feeling like I need to prove my worth to other people. But we're all worthy. Each person has their own strengths and worthiness. And so understanding that, learning to not make promises that you can't keep, not making promises at all. Somebody with undefined here, it should be like, I will do my best. Where if it's colored in or defined, you can be willful, setting goals and proving to others that is correct, but it's not correct for me. And I think I spent a large part of my life trying to prove myself to other people. It's been really healing. Human design has been a great tool for me to help and heal, help my children to understand their own energies and to let them be themselves, guide them as we do with kids. But overall, it's really about empowerment and helping each person to utilize their own energetic strengths. Sometimes if you're open up here like I am, you can chase after the next shiny object. Where if you're defined, you have consistent access to inspiration. For me, this trait 61 was pretty profound when I was in that dark time, because I kept asking why. Why is this happening? Why? There is no why. You will never know why. When we're trying to discover things and figure out why people are doing what they are, we have to just step back and get into our own energy and say, it doesn't really matter why. It happened, and so what am I going to do next? Here, I'm designed to be very open-minded. My gift here is really to be able to amplify other people's ideas. But in the not self, I would have a tendency to really struggle with making decisions and wanting to be certain. And there just is no 100% certainty with anything. Down here, with the drive and stamina, or the root, this is kind of where we manage our stress. And so I don't have a consistent way that I manage stress. Where somebody that's defined, like my daughter is defined, and she has a very consistent way of managing her stress. She has a consistent way that she is driven. I was amplifying or distorting some of that stress. And now I know that we have a plan to go somewhere. She might come down 30 minutes earlier than we have planned. And I'm like, no, I'm not ready. Versus before, I would rush around and try to get and to be on her timetable. But how many times are we doing that with other people? Are we not setting good expectations with each other? And I think that is something that human design really brings to the table. It helps us understand how to better manage our energetic makeup, our relationships, our health and well-being, and it really empowers us to be the best human that we can be.